What's going on, you guys? It's your boy Kaiza the Don, and we are back with another figure review video. As always, tap into that playlist for the collector's box. There is where all my figure review videos will be uploaded. I have all my videos separated on my main channel page, so make sure you guys like, subscribe, tune in for all my figure review videos, game showcases, whatever you guys are here for, I got it. But in today's video, we're going to be diving into the SH MonsterArts side of our collector's box with the recent release of SH MonsterArts Space Godzilla Fukuoka Decisive Battle version. So we're going to get into this unboxing real quick, and then we're going to hop straight into the articulation and the full-on review. So let's dive right in. This is the plastic holder that Space Godzilla will actually come in. You'll see the two open spaces right here for the actual accessories that come with him, and then his body and his tail will be wrapped around right here. Now, taking a look at the box honestly is not that big. I expected it to be a whole lot bigger. Of course, we can't get the whole view of the box right here, but in person, you guys just gotta take my word for it. In person, this box, the actual SH MonsterArts box, is not that big. Of course, we have SH MonsterArts and Space Godzilla right here. So let's dive into the figure. So diving straight into the Space Godzilla figure, we're just gonna go about the articulation, then we'll get into details, prices and whatnot towards the end, just wrapping it up with the final thoughts. Starting off from the very head, going down to the toe or the tail, whichever one you wanna go by. Starting off at the head, we have the crystal horn, this golden crystal horn right here, one of the big symbolizations of Space Godzilla, one of his key qualities right there. And we also have the red or orangish eyes. Now, to be honest, they actually did a very great job on these eyes. As you can see, looking straight forward, we don't see any googly eye, issues going on. It just looks like a straightforward, an actual angry lizard. You know what I mean? So we see that very good detail with the eyes and the pupils. Then we also see the details with his eyebrow crest right up under his horn right here. So there are a lot of intricate details, even with the head/face. Now, I do have, it looks like it's on there on purpose. I was about to say these pink blemishes right here. I wasn't too sure if that was like an accident, but they're on both sides. So it looks like that was meant to be on there. I'm not too sure. But we do have the articulated jaw right here. Opens a good length. You have the membranes, the detailed membranes right there as well. Opens up about that much and closes real easily. This is one of the few SH MonsterArts Godzilla figures where the tongue is not articulated. So moving down the neck area, you do have the dorsal spikes at the very back of the head right here. And then you'll also have the spikes going down the back of the neck and going on to the back. Now with this neck area, it is a ball joint. It looks like this is probably one piece right here. And we have this neck piece that's basically covering up that joint. But then you actually do have the separate ball joint head piece right here. Mine hasn't popped off, knock on wood. I don't want mine popping off super easily. With that being said, my advice to you guys, whenever you're bending the head, turning the neck and stuff, I would be very agile and very careful doing so, because that's one thing you don't want to happen, is just start having that issue where a lot of things just start popping off the figure and just causing unnecessary problems. So be very, very careful with this head part and the neck piece. Coming down to the shoulders, the piece that everybody is looking forward to. As you can see, this is not articulated whatsoever. This is basically, one big shoulder, upper abdomen piece right here. He does have the ab crunch. So in case you guys were wondering about that, you can see the ab crunch section right here. he can bend back and forward. So even though this is not a articulated section right here, he still has good range of looking back, looking forward a little bit, having that ab crunch. So that is a very nice quality with the ab crunch. And then having really just these very deep, intricate details with the shoulder pieces as well. Then that chest piece, these are removable. We'll get into that after the articulation is done. But going down from the chest to the abdomen section, looking at the arms and whatnot, we'll go ahead and go over the arms. The arms, I wouldn't try to turn them all the way around. They do have the bicep swivel. Or do they? I'm not too sure. Yeah, I wouldn't really try too hard for that bicep swivel, but there is good shoulder movement right there, because like I said, this is not articulated right here in the shoulder piece. So his arms, they can move a good, decent range for, you know, how much you're actually going to be moving them. He does have that elbow joint right here. It's tightly connected to this forearm piece. Then you have the wrist, the hands. There are some intricate details with this arm right here, so I would say even with the wrist and the hands, be careful how you're turning them, because they could easily just pop off. But as far as hands, that's probably one of the easiest parts to pop back on to the figure. So good detailed claws right here. Yeah, the sculpt in the hands and the claws is very, very nice. You see that? Then of course we have this, I was about to say bright red, but this is more of a shiny burgundy type of red, more of like a magenta, dark burgundy color. Very, very detailed. As you can see, it's very shiny along from top to top of his neck to the bottom of the torso area, bottom of the abdomen and whatnot. Even when he does the ab crunch, you can still see that intricate detail even up under this piece right here. Very well done details as far as this shiny painted area right here. Looks more lifelike, more flesh. Now getting down to the legs, we do have the nice swiveling legs. You can turn them all the way around. This is just one of those figures. I'm really not like pushing my luck with this guy, because I don't need anything popping off or anything falling off. So I'm really just going over the basics as far as you know, moving some of these pieces and limbs and whatnot. So the legs do have good range. You can get them kicked back a little bit. You can get them kicked up a little bit. Then the knee range right here, you're gonna have a good range as far as the legs. You will have, they're not, mine feels real loose. That's why I'm being careful with my legs. But you do have different leg segment pieces right here for, what would you call it? I guess the calf and then the ankle section. So you do have separate pieces right here for the knee, right here for the calf area, and then right here for like the top of the ankle, top of the foot area. You do have those separate pieces right there to help the legs move much more efficiently. Like I said though, I would be a little bit more careful with the legs. I've seen some people, their legs are easily falling off. So, well, not easily falling off, but you know, if you're not being careful and you're not paying attention to what you're doing, I've seen some people, their legs are already having a little bit of an issue, popping off a little bit. Same with the other leg. Everything really goes the same. There's a good pivot too. That's one thing I will point out, is that the pivot with the ankles and whatnot, that bottom leg pivot is very, very nice. So you can give him, you know, different ranges of how he wants to stand. And do they come out? The legs don't really come out as far like some of my other SH MonsterArts Godzilla figures. The legs, usually you can swing them out a good little bit, but these seem like they're kind of meant to, you know, really stay in like a forward position. They're not really meant to go super far out wide. It is what it is. Very good range with the legs. We'll go ahead and talk about the tail first. The tail is another area that I would be very, very careful with. I've seen some people who have had issues with the last segment of their tail falling off. Knock on wood, once again, I'm being very careful with the tail on this figure, especially the tip. Very nice detail as far as that crystal spiked tail right here. It has a little bit of translucency in like some of these edge pieces, but the centerpiece looks like it's mostly like a deep white. But these surrounding spikes, they do look like they're a little bit clearish with like white painting within the center of it or like under the translucent part or whatnot. Then you have these white dorsal spikes going all the way from the tip of the tail. And then I would say, yeah, right here is where the pink and the magenta dorsal spines actually start coming up. So you'll have them kind of like this translucent material, and then you'll have the smaller spikes, more so like a matted, you know, just the regular dorsal spines that they use for Godzilla and whatnot. Goes all the way up his back, has a signature magenta spike right here, and then the white one right here. This one is a little bit, not sure if that's supposed to be articulated, but as you can see, it's moving a little bit. I might glue that down sometime later because I don't think that's supposed to be moving like that. Now, taking a look at the figure all together, put it out here for you guys. Taking a look at the figure all together, he does actually come with accessories. I feel like that's one thing that a lot of people are pretty hype about. The main accessories are the shoulder lightning pieces right here. The original release actually came out with the actual like space beam, the space like beam. I forgot what it's called. I can't even think of the word right now, but he has the atomic blast theme accessory piece right here. But instead of actually giving us the atomic blast accessory piece, we really just have these lightning effects for the shoulders. And then we also have the damaged crystal shoulders right here as well. I would have to go back and check when the first release figure of this figure dropped. I believe it was, I know for sure it was in the 2000s. In the description, I'll correct it, put down what year this figure actually released the first time. But I would say when this figure first released, it really held down the secondary market. If you guys know about SH MonsterArts, the older releases, this guy is probably one of the most expensive SH MonsterArts figures that you will see on eBay, Amazon, you name it. Anywhere you're looking for like the first release of this Space Godzilla, everybody's charging at least anywhere from $300 to $400 for this guy. If you're trying to get the very old release, it was very much so a little bit after we heard news about -1 being released for the SH MonsterArts line. It was like probably about a month later, we finally got the news that Space Godzilla was coming back. So I was like, yo, definitely got to get this guy added to my collection. I was super hyped to get this guy in there. To finally have him in front of us now, it's like, you know, damn near a dream come true. I would say if you're looking for this guy, you will have to look on the domestic side of like pre-orders right now. A lot of pre-orders are pretty much sold out, or they're transitioning to basically just saying add to cart, because now they're finally, a lot of stores are now finally getting them over here in the US. Being that there's basically no need to like put in pre-orders now. Some websites could possibly be still taking pre-orders, but for the most part, from what I know, a lot of pre-orders are transitioning to, you know, product is now in stock, add to cart, you can now, you know, get it shipped and whatnot. So I got mine at Big Bad Toy Store. I put in a pre-order months and months ago, and then they just had sent me a notification last week saying that they were ready to ship the figure. Went ahead, confirmed all that, confirmed the shipping, and literally this guy shipped within like 3 to 4 days. Like he literally shipped over the weekend to the point where he was on my doorstep Monday afternoon. So big applause to Big Bad Toy Stores. They always get the job done. They are pretty much one of the few websites out there that gets a lot of stuff for pre-order, pretty much, you know, before a lot of the other competitors. So I'll always use, well, I wouldn't say always, but for a lot of the times I use Big Bad Toy Stores to get a lot of my collectibles, mainly because I am a pre-order person. I like to go ahead and basically put in that first come, first served, you know, that first input for first come, first served. I'm a big pre-order person, so when it comes to my collectibles and whatnot, I never want to like really take that huge L, because, you know, I took plenty of time to actually, you know, make up the, you know, with these collectibles like this, I never really want to take a L from just sitting here contemplating, you know, whether or not I'm really trying to get it now or just pay for it up front when it actually releases. If it's something that I really, really want, then I'll go ahead and put in the pre-order for it. Same thing for -1 back there. I put in a pre-order for him when he first went up on Big Bad Toy Stores. So like I said, for Space Godzilla here, I went ahead, got him in for pre-order. He went ahead and shipped now, so we have him here in person. Very amazing figure. I would say detail-wise, he is like very, very well done. I would say detail-wise, everything was very well done on this figure as far as sculpting, details, the tail, the head, the face, the dorsal plates, the shoulders. The shoulder parts were really something that I was like somewhat concerned about. We'll go ahead and take a look at this other accessory on camera. So do keep in mind that when you exchange these shoulder pieces out, you want to kind of like get your nail up under there a little bit and then just kind of inch it up, you know, just bit by bit, and then finally take it off. Because one thing you don't want to do is end up, you know, breaking this figure, because it is very, very expensive. So I would very much so keeping in mind that when you're changing these shoulder pieces out, just, you know, kind of get your nail up under there a little bit, get it loose, and then just wiggle it off. I wouldn't try to, you know, try to sit there and budge it off super, super hard and nothing like that. So like I said, be careful with the shoulder pieces. Then as you see, once you get them changed out a little bit more often, they slide and come off a lot more easier. So here we have him with the battle damaged shoulder right here. Looks pretty nice. As we can see, -1 is a tad bit taller, but I would say it's mostly because of -1's kind of bulky legs. For the most part, you can see that it's pretty much in line with the scale of, you know, every other SH MonsterArts figure that has released. So I'd say it's pretty much accurate for like sizing and comparisons. Now, when we talk about the secondary market prices and whatnot, I've already pretty much touched on it, but if you're trying to get this guy now, he is going to be around that range, probably anywhere between $150 to like $200, maybe even $220 for those people that really want to get that buck back and get that resale going. So at this point, you'll pretty much have to try your luck with a few online stores here and there, see who still has pre-orders possibly, or you could see who actually has them now in stock, so you don't even have to do a pre-order. You can just get it, you know, ordered as soon as possible. That's personally what I would do. Just going on about resale and whatnot, this is going to definitely be one of those collectibles that is going to resell for a big buck. I'd say within like the next few months, or if you wait like a year or so, this is definitely going to be one of those SH MonsterArts figure collectibles that is going to gain that secondary market price buildup and whatnot. So if you're worried about that, then you know that's something to just keep your eye on very briefly. But for the most part, I'm not interested in resales. My figures are here to stay. Yeah, I don't really have any intentions of selling this guy. For one, I've waited so long to get my hands on this guy, so the fact that he's finally here, like I said, I have no intentions of getting rid of this guy. As you can see, he scales pretty well with buildings. Get him in scale right there. I actually need to order some more of these buildings from iPop Designs. You can find them on IG or eBay. He sells these buildings. I'm not sure if you guys are wondering where I got these from, but if you're curious, that's where I got them from. Rating, I would give this guy probably 8.5, 9 out of 10. And really, honestly, that has nothing to do with the shoulder piece not being articulated. I would say the 8 out of that 8.5, 9 out of 10 is probably coming from the kind of wiggly dorsal spike back here. And then I would say there's a few areas here and there that they kind of could have improved a tad bit before they actually, you know, approved of like the worldwide release of this guy. But for the most part, like I was telling you guys, even going through the articulation, I find the detail on this guy very, very immaculate. He's a great figure to have. I would say he's probably going to be one of the top SH MonsterArts releases for the year. Probably right behind, is Evolved Godzilla 2024 dropping in? I've seen the pre-order dates for when he comes to the US supposedly, and it's supposed to be in December. So if anything, I would say Space Godzilla and Evolved Godzilla are probably going to be the top two figures for 2024, but we'll just have to see. I do have some other figures in mind to give you guys a review on and to actually get my hands on from the secondary market. So with that being said, we're just gonna go ahead and wrap up this figure review. If you guys are looking for more figure reviews, let me know. Let me know down in the comments what you guys would like to see. Make sure you have the notifications turned on, subscribe, and keep your eyes out for all my future figure review videos. Like I said, this is probably, you know, one of the few figures that I'm really, really hyped about, man. I wanted this figure ever since I started looking into SH MonsterArts and like collecting them. Space Godzilla was one of my top figures that I actually wanted to like get one day. And I was like, man, maybe, you know, maybe I might pull the trigger on one of these $300 figures on eBay, but then I was like, nah, let me just see if they actually re-release this guy. And then lo and behold, they actually re-released him, got him for a retail release price now. So very, very happy about that. There are a few other SH MonsterArts figures that I would like for them to actually re-release, but only time will tell what they're actually going to re-release or going to be new altered releases as far as like the versions and whatnot. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this figure review. Drop a like, drop a comment down below, and I will see you guys in the next figure review video, man. Take care, much love, and peace.